This is Professor Pelton. This is part 4 of chapter 2, section 6. Now we're going to do the absolute value equations. Absolute value is another grouping symbol we've talked about in the past. So that with the absolute value, though, there's three different possible outcomes, or three things you have to account for, essentially. Because we know an absolute value cannot be negative. So if that's the case, or basically if the absolute value is equal to something that's less than 0, you have no solution. If it is equal to 0, you have one solution, right? Otherwise, it has two solutions, plus or minus, right? Because think of it this way. The absolute value of x is equal to 9, right? Then x must equal 9 uh, or negative 9. Because if you plug in negative 9, you get 9. You plug in positive 9, you get 9, right? So if it's a positive outcome that the absolute value equals, there has to be two answers. You have to account for that, okay? All right, so knowing that, let's try some problems here. So again, absolute values count as grouping symbols. There's only one exponent of x here, one power of x. So I can use the isolation strategy. So I'm going to add 2, right? So I'm going to do level 4 first. So 4 times 6x plus 4 equals 2. So a lot of students want to distribute that 4. Don't do that, okay? Solve, don't simplify, okay? The absolute values don't work the same way as parentheses anyways. So divide by 4. So the absolute value of 6x plus 4 equals 1/2. That's level 3. Okay. Exponents and radicals, there isn't one. But there is a level 1, which is grouping symbols. So 6x plus 4 equals 1/2. And 6x plus 4 equals negative 1/2. Right? So this is level 1 grouping symbols. Because it's a positive outcome, you have to split it into 2. Okay, so I'm going to minus 4. So 6x equals, so this is really 3.5, correct? If you think about it, or negative 3.5, right? So that's what, negative 7 halves, if you think about it. Okay. Um, yeah. So I'm going to multiply it by 1/6. Multiply it by 1/6. So what I really get here is x equals negative 7/12. And x equals, so I'm going to minus 4. So 6x equals, what I really get there is negative 4.5, correct? Which is really negative 9/2, correct? Then I'm going to multiply it by 1/6. So that 9 and 6 are going to cancel with a factor of 3, right? So negative 3/4. And there's our answers, right? Because 9 over 6 becomes 3 over 2. That seems to work. Okay, so we get two answers there. All right, let's try the next one. All right, so I'm going to minus 6. So you have 2, 3x plus 4 equals negative 6. That's level 4. Add, subtract. We'll divide by 2, which is level 3. I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. Level 4, level 3, 3x. Okay, so 3x plus 4 is equal to negative 3, right? But that's negative, right? Empty set. There's no solution, right? That's the empty set. Okay, because the absolute value cannot equal negative outcome. All right, next one. So minus 5, minus 5. So 3 times 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. So that's level 4. He's adding and subtracting. We'll divide by 3. So level 3, multiplying and dividing, right? Because we both multiply and divide. We get 0. Okay. Exponents and radicals, there are none. So we're going to go right to level 1. So 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. Well, positive 0, negative 0 are the same thing, right? I only get one answer. So we get 3x equals 5, or divide by 3, x equals 5/3. So that gives us our three outcomes. We get one answer if the absolute value equals 0. We get no answers if the absolute value equals a negative, and if the absolute value equals a positive, I get two answers. All right, pause the video. Try the student problems for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to do minus 8 to both sides. So I get the absolute value of 1 minus 4x equals, let's see, 2 more, so that's what, 5? So that's level 4. Okay, multiplying, dividing is level 3. I don't have that. Exponents and radicals are level 2. I don't have that. So I do have level 1. So 1 minus 4x equals 5, and 1 minus 4x equals negative 5. Okay, for the absolute value, because it's positive, I'd split it. So I'm going to minus 1. So negative 4x equals 4. Divide by negative 4. X is equal to negative 1. And then minus 1. Negative 4x is negative 6. And divided by negative 4. X is equal to positive 3 halves. Okay, so we get two answers there, right? Absolute value equals a positive number. And you get two possible answers you can plug into there. All right, so I'm going to minus 3. That's level 4, adding and subtracting. So 6 times 5 minus 2x equals negative 3. Level 3, multiply and divide. I'm going to divide by 6. So the absolute value of 5 minus 2x equals negative 1 half. So I cannot do level 1 or 2 now because the absolute value equals a negative. So I have an empty set because an absolute value cannot be a negative outcome. Okay, last one, add 6, add 6. So 2, 6 minus 5x equals 0, right? So I did level 4. And again, all of these have a singular power of x, right? It's all x to the first power. So that's why I'm doing isolation strategy. I'm going to divide by 2, which is level 3. So 6 minus 5x is 0. There is no level 2. There's no exponents or radicals here. But there is a level 1 grouping symbol. But I only have to do equals 0 because positive 0 and negative 0 are the same thing. So these are all grouping symbol steps right now, right? Add, subtract first, then divide. So x is 6/5. That gives us our three outcomes of one answer, no answers, and two answers. All right, that is the end of part 4.